That's a complimentary.
There's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Checking your credit score or bank statements may not be enough to alert you. That's because identity threats appear in more places than you realize, making it dangerously easy to become a victim.
Someone got my social security number, made a driver's license, and tried.
Get this rubber off of me, you idiots! You know that self-sealing rubber don't come off easily. This is going to be a tough job. Inflate this rubber thing with that hydrogen gas. Then when the gas fills the suit, it'll come away from my body. Then you can cut it off in strips. Oh, my hands are caught. Here, son. Hey, hurry up, you guys. Get a knife and cut this off of me. Okay. Hold still. Oh, my. Hey, Mo, what are you doing up there? It's the gas, you idiots. Shall I get you some bicarbonate soda? Shut up and get me down. Oh, get me down. Open your mouth and I'll push you away.
Okay. Help me, you guys.
I got an idea. Get out of the way. Wahoo!
Yeah, okay. But isn't this kind of ridiculous? I mean, after all, a caveman?
Brad, no, you are not going bowling tonight.
Well, what's going on? Anyway, but I mean, that's almost as ridiculous as somebody coming here from the future.
Daddy, you make me ashamed to be a Jetson.
Okay, now, wait a minute. Who's throwing the chickens at me here today? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first ladies of Cartoon Voices, Jean Vanderpyle and Janet Waldo. Come on over here. Such a nice thing to have you here at the Stay Tuned Gallery in both Lake Forest and Barrington for allowing you to come and visit with us here. And this is a big thrill for all of us because, after all, you are the voice of Wilmer Flintstone and so many other characters.
Yes.
And you are Judy Jetson, Penelope Pitstop, and many, many more. My favorite character, many more. One of the biggest. And the thing is, I've heard that you're probably on TV. Your voices are heard every day in tons of different countries.
We understand that the Flintstones, I'm not sure about the Jessie, but I think it's probably the same. 56 countries in English, 86 counting all countries for the last 37 years.
Wow, that's tremendous. And we have a surprise for you, Gene. We know that you did a lot of different TV sitcoms and things like that. We have a still picture of you from a Leave It to Beaver episode called Farewell to Penny. Chris, we put that up there. There you are. And what was...
I'll tell you, chocolate.
Well, just a few, yeah. Was that girl a real pain in the neck, by the way?
Oh, absolutely.
This is another Macaulay Culkin, wasn't she? I'll tell you. Now, we've heard your voices in so many different Hanna-Barbera cartoons. You've been like a cast of thousands in this. And what was the first voice you ever did in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Judy Jetson.
Really? That was the first?
That was the first. I had never done cartoons before, and then I discovered cartoons and decided they were wonderful, and the next character I got was the mother-in-law. That's right. And Penelope Pitstop.
Penelope Pitstop, of course, and so many different characters, and boy, they really saved money by having two people who could do so much, right? Was there ever a character that you had trouble finding the right voice for?
I did Jack and the Beanstalk, and I had to do the princess and the harp, but I couldn't figure out what to do for the duck, for the goose that laid the golden egg or whatever.
And where did you finally come up with?
Those didn't sound very good.
Those are a lot like rubber chickens, aren't they? Okay, here, I got a challenge for you. Hang on a second here. Well, let's say we had a chicken here, okay? And let's start with you, Janet, all right? If you were to give a voice to this chicken, just say one line. What would the chicken sound like?
Oh, it's nice to be here, everybody. I'm just an old chicken, but I love it here.
Okay, and since you were both Wilma and Pebbles, what would the chicken's daughter sound like? I think she needs some medicine. Well, we're so happy to have the two of you here with us. We really appreciate it dropping by the dungeon here. What's coming up that we'll be able to hear your voices in? I know there's some commercials that are on right now for Radio Shack, I believe.
Right now.
And you're Rosie the Robot in those?
Sorry, Mr. J. To put a recycles on the plate again. Here when Rosie.
And you, of course, are
Judy!
Oh, that's tremendous. Janet Waldo and Gene Vanderpyle visiting us here. Let's hear it for them. Thanks for coming by.
Don't get your stuff.
Listen, I'm glad we got to bring you the original Americanized version of Godzilla. Again, we've got a lot of requests for it. And speaking of requests, next time. Surprising somebody has shown up at the door again. Let's go see who it is, shall we? Head over there. We can see who exactly might be at the door. And if it's the Americanized version or not. Because, you know, oftentimes people are confused.
Begging your pardon, Mr. Dooley.
Hey, it's Steve Martin.
Yes, I'm a wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
In actuality, I'm a practicing attorney.
Well, stop practicing and do the real thing.
That's hilarious. Actually, I'm working on a case. The defendants came to me and said, I need your help. Last night at a party, my best friend smacked me right in the eye. And I said, you're pulling my leg. He said, funny, that's just what his wife said before he punched me.
That's got
See you in St. Louis.
The joke is so it has rust on it. Is that just because it was Ironside? See the rust, and I never mind. Good night, everybody! Well, we certainly hope you've enjoyed the scene. The one that started it all. That's the way they pronounce it, really. And we hope that you'll come back and make a pronounced effort to watch our program next time. I promise you. Who knows, there might be something kind of... Are you watching TV? Welcome to Schmentooney, the official Schmentooney Reaction Pod. I'm your host, Schmentooney, the Red Tuner of Terror. And this pink glob is Malai Glob, the DJ of the Macabre. Who the heck are you? Schmentooney, it's me, Trevor Ground. I'm in disguise. Yeah, I know that, Trevor. How'd you know it was me? Smelling your finger is not a disguise. Also, you're the only dead guy who blasts up from the ground with a movie for us to watch. So why did you bring us, by the way? Well, tonight's movie is Turkish Fear with Christopher Lee. Oh, you mean horror legend Christopher Lee? Yep, that dude. In Circus of Fear, he's a master of disguise, like me. He wears a black ski mask because he's getting blackmailed. No. That's impossible, Trevor. Can we help you, sir?
You certainly can. And will. I demand that you put me on your show, or else.
Well, Captain Buddy Zalat, you're already on the show. We're on the air, right now. The camera's pointing directly at your stupid masked face.
A regular reoccurring character in every episode, like Trevor and Block. I want to be the Spawn of Schmentooney.
Can you do any circus tricks?
What do you mean?
You know, clapping your flippers together, or balancing a beach ball on your nose.
I'm not a trained SEAL.
Ah, dang it! I can't believe I'm saying this, but Trevor has a point. I mean, you can't just demand to be on TV. You need a special talent, like my gift of gab, or Bobby's awesome sound effects. Or Trevor's impeccable timing with a fart joke.
That wasn't me. That was Captain Futsalot.
I see. Well, I can do this.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you think of an actual talent? Let's watch that movie. Who's on their face? Oh, hold on. It's an exciting heist. These goons are robbing an armored car. What they need is a diversion. They're doing this right in downtown London. Gee, I hope London Bridge isn't falling down. No, wait, it's going up. Wow, what a zippy opening. The whole thing is going off without a hitch. It's a good thing there are never any other people around in central London. One of the bad guys, named Mason, shot a guard. And Mason is facing that he ain't acing this robbery. The rest of the gang is not happy that he shot this guy. When they get back to the hideout, the boss lets him have it.
You have to kill that guy, didn't you?
By let him have it? I mean, no money.
All you gotta do is get it there safely. If you do, we'll get you out of the country.
For some reason, he wants this dum-dum who messed up to move all the...
I'm gonna teach you how to be soldiers whether you like it or not. Right shoulder arm, left shoulder arm, other arm, forward arm, deflection arm, forward arm, deflection arm, right shoulder arm, arm, left shoulder arm. What do you think you're doing? I'm gonna show you how to do the manual arms. Forward arms, present arms. Now do it just like I did it. Arms, and then arms.
Don't change the channel yet. There's plenty of maniacal mischief ahead. The Three Stooges will return right here on BTV. All aboard the BTV Sunday Celebrity Cruise.
This coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Why don't you get a real job for this and the skipper? Or a very young mama. Enjoy all these memorable shows on BTV Sunday Celebrity Cruise. Every week starting at noon, 11 Central on BTV.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max gels with more concentrated power, because the only things that they should be your style. Your power is there with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also tries the fast sinus and pain relief.
Here's the kicker, Jake Kelly, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Keyshawn makes it now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
When you're going to an controlled pass, it's always going to be shocking, hard to understand at the very beginning. You never know it at first. Know that there's always hope. There's always going to be someone to help lift you up.
Right to the air is Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Unfortunately, it wasn't picked off. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Rodgers now after the sack. He'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. There's Rodgers. This pass broken up. the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick, and the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series. Giving you a 160-degree first and 10, it's Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back up. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Here's what you see with that ordinary rear view mirror. And here's what you see with a dim. Look, over 800,000 blind spot accidents occur each year. You think you're clear to change lanes. Sure enough.
This throw incomplete. But a defender all over that time, and it's going to lead to third down. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is third and long.
Angel View installs in seconds to virtually any car or SUV, and a spring-loaded rubber feed automatically adjusts to hold on tight. From a senior driver to a first-time kiddy.
Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Get your Angel View now for just $19.99.
Because they needed to come through with completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing first down.
To get Angel View at this low price, there is a strict limit of 2 Angel Views per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-316-8180. That's 1-800-316-8180. Or visit theangelview.com. So call 1-800-316-8180.
Order Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown.
Multiverse of media expectations for another great studio show.
And the Eagles have taken the early lead on
starting now on ATV.
Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having non-covers. Now, let's face it, audacity, but defensively, I think you're right on target. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Oh boy, it sure feels good to be discharged at last. Let's have a ride. Yeah.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
Yeah, you know what's lucky? They got a beautiful house where you can all in, and they get married. Let's get them the best job they ever had.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays, try and go to those spots, and get your offense moving.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, ran through all types of tackles, and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Rodgers. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
26.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, 51 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now a first down carry by Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers, he's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On third down, here's Jones. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to put him up by a point. It's 15-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, 37 yards. And the Eagles have yet again retaken the lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready, break!
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Rasul Douglas there to get him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
19-5.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders from 6 yards away. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Jake Elliott to kick
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson. As the first half is winding down, and the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Rodgers will throw for it, and they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. Hurts fumbles it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
On second and a long way to go. Hurts.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Sanders. Fights through him, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again with Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, 39 yards. And the Packers Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Past the 20. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, 75 yards. And the Eagles use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Rodgers again now. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And shutting him off, now open field. 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 of the 15. 33 yards that time. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
He's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll send the tight end in motion left. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback gets a nice bonus if he keeps completing passes. So they want to keep throwing the football? Fine by me.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Throwing is Hurts. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he's brought down. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,